we can only resort to prayer and devotion. So whatever we offer this evening is on behalf of that departed soul. May that soul rest in peace. And may the efforts that we put this evening in terms of prayer and devotion accompany him as he goes on that sojourn to the platform for judgment. So please join us in opening prayer. Om Vaktatunda Mahakaya Koti Surya Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvada Om Sarva Mangal Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trayambike Gauri Narayani Namostute Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah प्रेम से बोलो सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। Ramayana Smaran. During the proceedings, we would like to have your perfect silence. And I would like to have your undivided attention at all times. So please join us in this as an invocation. Salutations to the beloved Lord Prabhu Shri Ramchandra as his pure obeisance unto his lotus feet, unto Lord Shankara,
कान्हा कन्हैया नंदलाला ओ मुरली वाला ऐसे बजाए मुरली मुरलिया जादू करी कान्हा कन्हैया नंदलाला ओ मुरली वाला ऐसे बजाए मुरली
So we got testing. So this evening's lesson is taken from Ayodhya Kand of Sri Ramcharitmanas, in fact Aranya Kand, and it deals with a very profound and great sage by name of Sarvabhauma Muni, and it was the last moments of his life on earth. He came in contact with the Divine Master as he traversed the Dandak Ban. And what would be your discussion? What would be your... this thing is floppy. Testing.
पानी कौन है?
Testing.
Microphone 4. Which channel? This one?
Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Okay. So there is this person, by the name of Sarvang Muni, who in the final moments of his life, he was about to leave earth, and he heard that Sri Ram was coming, and he wanted to see him, and to have his final darshan before he left earth. So if you were in that position, what kind of conversation would you have with the divine? If you know these are the last few moments in your life on earth, and you were to meet him, what kind of discussion would you have with him? Tonight, we listen to the discussion that Sarvang Muni had with the divine in his final moments. Tulsidas sings in Doha. Pankaja. Ramamukh means the lotus face of the Lord Prabhu Shri Ram. So Sarvang Muni is saying that Tulsidas is describing this meeting. He says when Sarvang Muni saw Shri Ram, just as a bee would be stuck onto a flower extracting the honey, so that the flower and the bee becomes one, so too were the eyes of Sarvang Muni. The moment he saw Shri Ram, there is no picture that could see that is more beautiful. The Lord is the finest, or the, if you want to say, the handsomest of all mankind, in that form of man. So he was so enthralled by the beauty and magnificence of the Lord. His eyes were stuck on the face of Prabhu Shri Ram, just as a bee is stuck on the flower extracting the honey. So profound was the meeting. He says, Sahadarpana karat ati dhanya janma sarvam. Tulsidas is saying, reverently, he drank in the beauty of the Lord through his eyes. Imagine that you are seeing the divine in front of you. And all the people who are there, dhanya janma sarvam, they say, great indeed is the birth of Sarvam, because he is able to witness with his physical eyes of his the presence of the divine. And now he tells the Lord why he is like that. Let's ask him in Chopin. Now he addresses the Lord. First, he is spellbound by the beauty and magnificence of Sri Ram, his exquisite and beautiful form. And now he addresses him. He says, Kaha Munisuni Raghubira Kripala Sankara Manasa Rajamala. He says, listen, O gracious Lord. This is how he addresses him. He says, you are that swan who disports in the lake of Lord Shankara. Now, Lord Shankara is one of the incarnations of the divine. And it says, he is so enthused, that incarnation, Lord Shankara, he is always thinking of Sri Ram. So, the image of Sri Ram, the Lord God Almighty, is deep within the recesses of his mind. So, the sage is telling, he says, Lord, you are that swan who lives in the lake of Lord Shankara's heart, the heart of Lord Shankara. Just as the swan lives in the lake and gets his livelihood from there, he said, in such a manner, your devotee, Lord Shankara, have your image deep within the recesses of his mind. He says, Jata the hill be Ranchike Dhami. He says, I was about, my term on earth had expired. Whatever he had come to do, he had already accomplished that. And he was going to a Brahma's abode. Brahma is the creator. So he said, I was about to go to Brahma's abode. But what happened? It came to my hearing that you'll be coming through the forest this week. What did he do as a result of that? Knowing that the Lord is coming. This is the power of these great yogis. They come for a specific purpose. And when they accomplish that purpose, then there is no need for their presence here. So they simply give up their life. They go to the heavenly abode. That is the power that they have. But when he heard that Sri Ram is an incarnation of the divine of Lord Vishnu, he is on earth and he's going through the forested region. He's meeting all the saints and sages, all the noble people who have been conducting meditations and what have you throughout their lifespan. So he has come there to offer his blessings to them. and to remove all the difficulties that pervades the earth. So, what does he do as a result? When he heard that Sri Ram was coming this way, he suspended that time to go there. And Tulsidas tells us what he did. He says that when it came to my hearing that you were coming this way, Lord, he says, I kept a look on the pathway day and night. Constantly, my eyes were engaged in looking in this pathway. The thought is that perhaps if I doze away, you may pass, I would lose that opportunity. He said, day and night I kept a steady watch. What is indicated here also is that in the pursuit of spirituality, there must never ever be a moment where you give way. It must be a constant search, a constant lookout. Because the true devotees, the true saints and saints, they don't pray today and say, well, I suspend my prayers for 2 weeks and do my business and then come back. It's not like that. It is constant, all the time. And that's what's indicated here. It says, day and night I kept a watchful eye so that I will not miss you. And he's saying, Abba Prabhu Dekhi Churanicha, Abba Prabhu Dekhi, now that I have seen you, my Lord, all the anxiety of my heart have been pacified. I am indeed extremely happy to have seen you. He says, Nat Sakala Sadhana Mahina. He is saying, he is the person whose entire life was based on prayers and devotion. And he's saying, Nat Sakala Sadhana Mahina. Sadhana is prayers, devotion. He says, and I have not conducted enough devotion throughout my lifespan. I have failed miserably. He's telling the Lord. But I want to tell you something. If you are in the presence of the Lord, how much can you boast and say, I have done so much and so much? He is such a humble guy. That is what it's all about. That we must be like that. Humble. You cannot boast and say how much you have done in the presence of the Lord. Because one's entire life should be based on that. So he said, I have failed. I have not done enough sadhana, enough devotion. Suna usravan. Oh, sorry. Kin he kripa jani janadi. Kripa is the grace of the Lord. Yet still by your grace, you have graced me with your presence. I am indeed very fortunate and extremely happy, my Lord. You have shown your special love for your devotees. And that doesn't happen by accident. You will be able to be in the presence of the Lord when you have reached a certain state of development spiritually. And once that happens, you don't have to ask. The Lord comes to you. That is the power of devotion. In Hinduism, we call it bhakti. That is when one entire being, one soul is involved in devotion. So he continues in Chaupa, he says, Kachudevana mohini hora, nijapana rakhe janaman chora. Janaman chora. It says the Lord is the stealer of the devotee's heart. For that person who is deeply involved in devotion, his mind belongs to the Lord. So he says, Lord, you are the stealer of my heart. You have stolen my heart. Because every thought of mine is based on your lotus feet. Whatever I think, whatever I do, it is purely for you. So his life is entirely given to the divine. So he says, you are the stealer, Janamanachoda. You are the stealer of the devotee's heart. In other words, my heart is all encompassed with your presence, with your love, with your devotion. So he says, So Kachudevana mohini hora nijapan rakhe Janamanachoda. So he's saying, but Lord, you have not done me a special favor by coming here. You have not done, therefore he says, I have not done any devotion, and yet still you have shown your grace and benediction by being in my presence. But now he says here, So Kachudevana mohini hora. He said, my Lord, you have not done me any special favor. You have only nijapan. Pan is a promise. Nijapan rakhe Janamanachoda. You have only redeemed your vow to your devotees. So that doesn't happen by accident. You have to work for that. Some people, it has been said that, you live a very unholy life throughout your lifespan. And then say, if you call the name of the Lord on your last days, you will be saved. But that doesn't happen so, my friends. Lord Krishna says, for that to happen, you have to be repeating the name of the Lord continuously throughout your life. So that at the end of your life, you wouldn't have to think to call his name. That name is already within your lips. Because what you have been doing all the time. So how unfortunate it would be if a man lives his entire life living a spiritually, involved life, and then a man who does nothing, but he comes in the last day and he calls the name and he's saved, and that doesn't happen so. One has to be doing it constantly. Sometimes the Hindus have a practice that when a man on his deathbed, they will go to him and say, Bhaya, Bola Rama, means call the name of the Lord. But the person who has been living that dishonest life and dishonorable life, at that point in time, his faculties are far gone. And even though you are telling, call the name of God, call Jesus, call Allah, call Krishna, he doesn't hear you. His faculties are non-functional. His eyes are there, he's seeing you, but he is in a completely different world. So he didn't get that opportunity to even call the name, even though you have been saying it all the time. So in order for that not to happen, you have to be calling his name all the time. So when the time comes, nobody has to whisper to you. It is already there on your lips. So he's saying here, Taba lagi rahu dina hitalagi, jaba lagi tumami milaw tanitagi. Now he said, he makes a request. He says, my Lord, I am your humble servant. And for my sake, I want you to be before my eyes when